Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence.
Right now on HHS In Depth, when the mixture of cold weather and snow hits, students are always curious if there will be a delay or a cancellation of school. Today you will learn about that process and who's involved in checking road condition to determine whether Homestead stays open or not on bad weather days, and a report by Ashton Hackman.
Next school year, students will enjoy a true fall break for the first time. But did you know that it will be going away the year after? Reporter Nisha Lalauria gets you caught up on the future school year calendar.
Reporter Easton Hensley gives you an up-close look inside the band that plays during show choir events in his story over Anonymous Blue.
These stories and more, plus a look back at the past week of sports as well as the busy athletic schedule this weekend, including tonight's boys basketball matchup against Carroll in the Locker Report.
HHS In Depth starts right now. Welcome to another episode of HHS In Depth. Hello everyone, I'm Andres Sentlever.
And I'm Tyler Veit. After each night of poor weather, most students here wake up with one thing in their minds. Are we delayed or canceled?
To get a better look at the process of determining whether we're closed, delayed, or nothing at all, reporter Ashton Hackman woke up bright and early one day recently to tag along with the people who get to make this decision for Southwest Allen County schools.
On any other day, SACS Transportation Director Steve Lake would not be up at 4 a.m. But on this cold February morning, a snowstorm would be taking its toll on the area.
Hey, Tom, did you copy my last transmission?
When it comes to delaying or closing school, Mr. Lake and Superintendent Dr. Phil Downs are on the front lines, traveling the country roads and determining whether it's safe or not to have kids come to school.
We call these hot roads. These are the main roads, Covington, Homestead. The hot roads are what the county will hit right away, and they were actually treating those roads last night.
Mr. Lake begins his morning traveling what he calls hot roads, the roads that are heavily traveled and will be cleared by crews first. He also stays in close contact by radio with officials from other districts in the county.
Go ahead, Tom.
Quickly after hitting the roads, Lake gets off the main drag to check out conditions in areas that have not yet been plowed.
I need to get off the hot roads because I know that they've been treated since last night. We've already been through a couple of additions. The additions are obviously ice covered. Things I look for in the additions that people don't normally think about, what are the sidewalks like? Because, we can't have kids walking in the streets to go to. Our buses don't go to everybody's front door. See, look at this. I'm locking it. I'm sliding right past the intersection. Yeah, and we're in a four-wheel drive vehicle. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the traction control off, because what I need to do is try to simulate as much as possible what some of the other kids are going to be if they're driving.
Yeah, a lot of high school kids.
Yeah, you got a lot of high school kids that drive, so we have to think about that too.
After traveling on untouched roads, Mr. Lake gets in contact with Superintendent Dr. Downs to relay what he's seen.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry to bother you so early. Yeah, I'm assuming Fort Wayne is about to make a call. East Allen, Northwest, like I said, they're hoping to go sit on a 2-hour delay. We've got ice. I don't even think we got an inch of snow, but like I said, it's raining right now at 25 degrees.
Snow and ice aren't the only road hazards that Lake deals with in the mornings. Wildlife also poses a risk.
And that's what we have to keep in mind. This is all about, wait, there's a deer. That's another thing we have to keep in mind. There's deer all over here. See the deer on the right-hand side?
Oh, wow. After nearly an hour of driving throughout the area, the time came for the final decision to be made.
So who ultimately gets to make the final? Is it Downs or?
You'll see. You'll hear. He'll go out. He likes to walk. He'll go out and walk the additions and stuff like that, and he'll talk to a lot of the superintendents that are around. And then he'll call me, and we'll start having discussion. If he called me right now, you heard what I said. I wouldn't put kids out on this road right now. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put buses out. It's just not safe in my book. Southwest Allen County Schools is on an e-learning day. Thank you, gentlemen.
When it comes to deciding whether there will be a delay or cancellation, the district prefers to make one decision up front rather than delay and then close school. And snow isn't necessary for us to have an e-learning day. Icy roads can also prevent school from being held. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Ashton Ackman.
Fall sports participants, fall patches have arrived and may be picked up in the athletic office at door 4 at your earliest convenience between 7:20 a.m. and 3 p.m. each school day.
Get out to the Women in Business Dress for Success event on Monday, February 24th at 6 p.m. in room 900 to hear about what it means to dress professionally in the business world and learn tips to becoming a successful businesswoman. They will be partnering with White House Black Market for a mini fashion show and a pop-up shop opportunity. Be sure to invite your friends and parents as well.
Baseball players, there is a mandatory final call-out meeting today for all who are planning on trying out for the baseball team this spring. The meeting will be in Coach Biles' room 718, right after school from 2:40 to 2:50 p.m. Please plan on attending this meeting.
Auditions for the spring musical Bye Bye Birdie will be held next Tuesday and Wednesday in the choir room. With callbacks on Thursday, please prepare 16 to 32 measures of an upbeat song. You can sign up for a 3-minute audition slot on the sheet posted on the choir room door.
Congratulations to junior June Hill on finishing first runner-up at this past weekend's state finals competition for Poetry Out Loud. June memorized and recited the 3 classic and contemporary poems for the event. Please be sure to congratulate June if you see her.
Any girl interested in trying out for the girls' tennis team this spring, there is a parent and player meeting on Thursday, February 27th at 7 p.m. in the community room. If you have any questions, please see Coach Howard.
If you are planning on playing football next season, please plan to attend an informational call-out meeting on March 5th at 6 o'clock p.m. in the community room.
And now here's a roundup of all the Homestead clubs meeting over the next week. The Dungeons & Dragons Club will meet today in the Cafe Annex until 4:30. K-Pop Club meets today after school in 924. The Film Club will meet after school next Tuesday in Miss Ricker's room 113. They hope to see you there.
More clubs meeting over the next week include the Drama and Improv Club, who will meet on Monday, February 24th from 2:45 to 3:30 in room 904. And finally, the Catan Club will meet after school on Tuesday in room 932.
Next year, students at Homestead will get to enjoy their first ever true fall break. But did you know that this is not returning the following year? To learn more about the planning of our school's calendar each year, here's reporter Nisha Lauria.
Last November, the school board voted to issue a new district calendar for the 2020-2021 school year. With the new calendar comes new dates for students to take note of.
The new calendar is only for next year. The school board voted to go to the same schedule we had this year, 1920, for the 21-22 school year. So we're going to get a fall break next year of a full week, and then the following year we'll have a single day again. The big difference is you're going to make a commitment to be in a fall activity. You're going to be here for practice and competition. You just don't have classes.
The idea of having a fall break is not a new concept for schools. Districts throughout the state have also implemented a week-long fall break.
It isn't new. As a matter of fact, the idea is somewhat borrowed from schools around the state, some to the north of us and many in Indianapolis area, who already take off a full week in the fall, and some who are taking 2 weeks off in the fall and 2 weeks off for spring break too. So it would create even 9 or 10 week grade periods separated by a really nice break for a refresher.
Dr. Ginger believes that the new calendar will be beneficial to students both academically and mentally.
I'm a big fan of the idea of a fall break. I watch and see how tired our students are, how tired our competitors are. Our teachers have invested so much so fast from the beginning of summer all the way through that first time to get a break, and they're tired. So I see great value in it. I think it would help all of us physically, mentally, emotionally.
For more information about the new calendar, go to the Homestead webpage, look for the latest news tab, and click the link that states School Board Passes 2021-2022 District Calendar. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Nisha Lalleria.
You know all about the show choir team at Homestead, but do you know much about the student band that accompanies them during events? To get an up-close look at Anonymous Blue, here's reporter Easton Hensley.
Anonymous Blue has had a very successful year and is undefeated in winning Best Band at each competition, along with Homestead Show Choirs also consistently ranking high in competitions.
So Anonymous Blue, it's AB for short, is the backup band for both the Class Royale and Elite Show Choirs here at Homestead, and their role essentially is to provide live instrumentation for their shows for their competitive season every year.
Although AB is a Homestead band, it certainly differs from other conventional bands and serves as a support for the choirs. Anonymous Blue provides a comfortable environment and a welcoming community built around the group, as well as many shared memories.
I think AB is a lot more fun because of how relaxed it is compared to a lot of other ensembles I've been in. It's a lot more laid back, it's a lot more friendly, especially Mr. Warfield is really great about making it an atmosphere for practices and even competitions where it's just, we're chilled back doing our thing. It's not really high intensity, always striving to be perfect.
The thing I like the most about competitions, every time we get to a dance break, and the horns let loose and the crowd goes insane. It's like a rock concert. It's pretty indescribable. So I just sit back and smile and jam out. It's a break for me from traditional conducting in band. Anonymous Blue, it's a lot more, I have a lot more fun because the music's that way.
My favorite memories of AB are probably at the competitions, just like walking around all day with my friends and playing games and getting to perform. I think that Anonymous Blue is a unique opportunity because most of the time I'm just playing with other instrumentalists, but during Anonymous Blue I have an opportunity to play also with vocalists and to play music that I don't usually play, so pop songs and jazz songs and things like that.
Good luck to Anonymous Blue for the rest of their competition season. Make sure you show support for both groups as they head out to Huntington North this Saturday. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Easton Hensley.
When we come back, you'll get caught up with the scores for our sports teams this week, as well as a look at the weekend schedule for Spartan Athletics.
The Locker Report is next.
Tonight, it's a conference clash with our rivals up north. With a conference title on the line, the Homestead Spartans are looking to take down Carroll and show that they are a top team in the SAC. Tip-off at 7:30 here at home, live on the Point 91 FM and on YouTube at Homestead High School Media.
You're watching The Locker Report with Sports Director Ashton Hackman and Sports Reporter Caleb Wood. Your source for Spartan Athletics.
Carroll's a great team. They got a bunch of great players on their team. So to beat them, we need to play together and trust our teammates and shoot the ball well.
We gotta be at our best, play the best defense we can, work every play, win those 50-50 balls, and just keep playing.
I think we gotta get the ball inside and play good defense.
It's Carroll Week, baby. For yet another season, the fate of the SAC lies in a conference clash with the Chargers. 4 teams are tied atop of the SAC with a 6-2 record, and after Lures beat Snyder last Friday, tonight's game with Carroll will decide whether there is a 3-way tie for conference or whether Homestead ends the regular season empty-handed. Caleb Wood joins us with a preview of tonight's game in this week's Team of the Week. Caleb.
All right, hey Ashton, getting closer to their postseason, the boys basketball team is this week's Team of the Week. Many hours and hard work have been put in throughout practices by the boys, although the team has struggled with injuries in recent games.
Yeah, with Zach coming back for the first day of practice yesterday, it was good. Hopefully he'll be back for the game Friday, and with all the guys coming back and coming back from sickness and injury, I feel like our team is getting back onto the right track.
It's been good. We just gotta stay focused every day in practice, and we're not worried about the guys we don't have. We're just worried about who we got.
Well, it's been tough. I mean, lineups have changed a lot, but we've been doing pretty good with, keeping our heads up and everyone's getting healthy now, so it should be a fun postseason for us.
Despite the recent struggles, the team has many fun moments and accomplishments this season, as well as goals for the rest of the season.
One of our goals is to beat Carroll, obviously, with title or conference title contention on the line. It's a huge game for us, and then obviously finishing the season out with Norwell getting a win, and then just going on from there. Sectional championship, regional championship, and all the way to state are our goals this year.
We want to win out, and then from there, just keep playing our best basketball, sectionals, regionals, and take it from there.
We've beat every sectional team that we've played, but I mean that's not an excuse to come out and take a game off or anything like that. We got to come out and play hard and take it one game at a time.
With the Spartans playing our rivals up north, the team is gearing up for a matchup tonight against the Carroll Chargers.
Carroll's a great team. They got a bunch of great players on their team. So to beat them, we need to play together and trust our teammates and shoot the ball well, play great defense, and just play as a team.
We got to be at our best, play the best defense we can, work every play, win those 50-50 balls, and just keep playing. No matter what happens that possession, just keep playing. If the shot doesn't go in or they hit a crazy shot, we just keep playing Homestead basketball.
Be sure to get out and support the team tonight in their rivalry matchup and at their last home game of the season next Friday against Norwell. For the Locker Report, I'm Caleb Wood.
Going back to last week, Homestead in their second-to-last conference matchup with the Concordia Cadets. Early on, Grant Simmons knocking down a triple from the left wing. Spartans up 5 at the end of the first. Concordia took off second half, going up 2 after 3 quarters. Homestead, though, locking in the fourth quarter. Sophomore Andrew Leeper sinks the tray ball from beyond the arc. Simmons answers from the corner, sinking a 3 as Homestead continues the momentum 54-40. Girls basketball was in action at regionals this past Saturday. First up were the Chargers in the semifinal. Out the gate was Riley Parker, the future Macedon, taking names with the right wing triple. And this team is filled with talent. Allison Stevens, the freshman, knocking it down from the left wing. Spartans go up 6 at the half. And there's plenty of talent on this roster. Molly Stock getting the job done with the left three-pointer as Homestead advances to the finals 51-24. Saturday evening, the Lady Spartans in the tough matchup with the number 1 Northwestern Tigers. Sydney Graber showing her range, splashing from 3. Spartans hold up down 5 just after the first quarter. Second half, Northwestern showing their skill, pulling away in the third quarter. Homestead continues to fight though. Amber Austin draining a pair from 15 feet out. And Riley Parker, the senior, can't be undone, sinking the 3-ball from the corner. But this Tigers team is just too strategic as Northwestern ends the season for the Lady Spartans 72-35. Homestead finishes the season 26-2, tied for second best win record in school history. Don't forget that the Homestead Spartans are in action against the Carroll Chargers tonight. And a reminder that a conference title is on the line. Homestead has to win in order to have a share of that title. Tip-off is here at home at 7:30, so get out and support the Spartans. Be sure to follow us on social media for the latest HHS sports updates and get out to support the Homestead Spartans at home tonight against our rival up north. That will do it for sports. Now here's Drew with the forecast.
And now, your weekend weather forecast with weatherman Drew Persinger.
Hello there, Homestead. I'm Drew Persinger. This is the Drew Point. It's going to start warming up this weekend, and with that said, let's get to your forecast. Tonight it's going to be sunny with a high of 35 and a low of 26. It's going to start warming up tomorrow with a high of 45 and a low of 31. And warm temperatures continue into Sunday with a high of 48 and a low of 35. There you have it, Homestead. That's your forecast for this weekend. I'll be back again next week with another forecast, but for now, let's get back to Andre and Tyler.
And that will do it for this edition of HHS In Depth. I'm Andre Sentlever.
And I'm Tyler Byte. Thank you for watching today, and be sure to follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes looks at the show.
You can also watch past episodes on YouTube at Homestead High School Media.
For all of us here at HHS In Depth, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here again next week.
It's only a phase and I've only got myself to blame, but this time I might be going insane from the people growing in my brain. Can you hear them too? Calling my name, I can feel them all over my face, pulling in and out and back in again. I might as well be any other shape, I might as well. I could be anyone that you want me to become. Anyone at all. It's always the same and there's no getting